Hey, man, shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring the episode. Don't forget, if you use $5, you get $50 in lineups right now by using that promo code Bootleg on PrizePicks. Now, if you do that, you're also supporting us as a podcast, so we appreciate you. If y'all don't know, PrizePicks makes sports super interesting. There's so many things you can get in on the action. Of course, WNBA finals are going on right now. They might be over by now. I don't know. But of course, NFL season. NFL season is here. And it's pretty easy. You pick more or less than certain stats. It could be yards. It could be a touchdown. It could be rushing yards. All of that. And then you enjoy the football as it's going on, all right? And this weekend, I have got a heater of a ticket that I put together. I love my lineup, all right? Brian Thomas, more than a half a touchdown. I feel like he is due to get in the end zone finally this week. Jake Ferguson, the number one fantasy tight end. I like more than a half a touchdown against the Carolina Panthers. I also like McMillan, the rookie from U of A, who is on the Panthers to have more than a half a touchdown. And we're going to end it with another tight end little Jonnu Smith. Tight end for the Steelers, more than a half a touchdown. Don't forget to use that promo code Bootleg when you sign up. You use $5 and you get $50 in lineups. That's right. Play $5 and get $50 in lineups. Just download that PrizePicks app. Let's get into the interview right now. All right, man. We are here with a legend. It's the Bootleg Kev Show with Sean Paul. Welcome, sir.
Bro, thank you for having me, man.
Yes, sir, man. You've had
Much
a busy.
respect.
You were just saying how busy of a year you've had.
Yeah, I've had a busy day all year.
A busy day all year. Summertime, you and Wiz and the baby were on the road together.
Yep.
How was that? You know, the Wiz is like such a professional, and he's also
bro.
all-time smoker. Like, I'm sure y'all.
Bro, we connected on many levels, but I didn't know dude was such a fit buff. Like, you know what I mean?
He brings the gym with
He brings
him.
the gym. He got a different boxing coach in most places. And so I took
He does Muay
advantage of
Thai.
that.
He does that Muay Thai shit.
Yeah, I took advantage of learning a little bit more about boxing. Cause I shadow box, you know?
Yeah.
Keep Tulika heart rate's going up, but they was like, "Oh, you're punching wrong." I'm like, "Bro, I'm not gonna be punching nobody though." So anyway, they taught me, and the whole vibe was a good vibe. As we said, the tour is called Good Vibes Only, and I didn't. How much did I do? I did about 3/4 of the tour. So the last probably week and a half, I was out. But awesome vibes, and before that, we were in Europe. Before that, we was in UK. So I've been touring for 5 months this year, 9 months so far, and decided to take some time. I come LA and come check you out, man.
Man, welcome to the show, brother.
Yeah.
Yo, the first time I ever saw you was watching that movie right there.
The big butt belly, yeah.
And you have like a cameo in the movie, and one of my favorite songs on the soundtrack.
Funny,
Here Comes the Boom with DMX.
mad something.
Crazy.
It's one of my favorites. Thank you.
And it's funny because that movie had so much to do with Jamaica. You know?
Yeah.
What? How did you end up in Belly?
Very funny story. So there's a big dance that's kept like probably once a year, or used to be kept when we were coming up. So my brother's with a sound system,
Okay.
and I'm an artist at the time. You know, few songs out, and a real hot buzz on me. So I decided that year I'm not going to the dance on the beach. I'm gonna chill out in the studio. He comes back. My brother comes back from playing out there and be like, "Yo, you missed it." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's probably the same things that happened." And he's like, "Nah, DMX was out there, tore the place down." I was like, "What?" I really did miss it. I was vexed, went to sleep, got up the next morning. Tony Kelly, the producer of that track, calls me, "Yo, you're doing a track with Vegas and DMX.
Top shotter.
Check me at the studio now." So I believe it was like 9:30. I got there in the morning, and we started writing it, and then DMX didn't come till in the evening, and then he was just like, we was writing a girl song, me and Vegas, because that's what we was.
That's what y'all do. Yeah.
And he was like, all of the girls, them hold your hands high. And DMX came in there and was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool. And this is what I got. Here comes the boom." Yeah, we was like, "Oh," we start taking our yo, change this word. We gonna be the shutters. So yeah, and it was appropriate for the movie for sure. But you know, we thought people wanted us to do what we do, which is more of the ladies. And then we realized, oh, this is more of a gangster thing. So we went in with the gangster thing, you know.
And it came out
and then being,
and then you end up in the movie.
In the movie, like, next day I was told, thing there, the director, he wants you to
Hype Williams.
Hype wants you to shoot the video with Vegas and DMX. And it ended up that we just were put in the movie for 5 minutes or a few seconds.
Which is fucking awesome.
Awesome. I think it was way better than a video. Right?
Yeah, because that's forever. That's a classic. That's a hood classic.
Yeah, man. My 30 seconds in the movie.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny too because that's prior to like you becoming like a household name.
Over here, that was one of the introductions. Like, I like to say there's about 2 or 3 songs that kind of like broke for me in the States around the same time period. That's one of them. Deport Them was another one.
Oh yes, such a classic.
Yeah, and then the next breakout.
Give Me the Lights, like the one.
Yeah, it was I was just gonna say that's the next breakout one.
Yeah, man. Yo, it's crazy too, man, because it's wild to think that it's been was Give Me the Light 01, 02?
Yeah, it was about that it was recorded.
Damn near 25 years.
Yeah, so crazy vibe. And it's been a nuts ride ever since.
Well, it's interesting, man, because I feel like you were very much like responsible for bringing the dancehall sound to America in a commercial way that, like, obviously, not to say that there weren't other artists that had done stuff or had records here and there, but like, you were like really like the guy who became like a real mainstay in pop culture and just like radio. And just like when we talk about just like anybody who needs a feature, they go to you.
They are holla. I mean, it's been a crazy ride, and honestly, Shabba Ranks was before me from my same genre, and so was Shaggy.
Shout out to Shaggy, yeah, Shaggy for sure, But
they both had to kind of do hybrid kind of dancehall mixed with R&B. There was Johnny Gill and Shabba. There was Maxi Priest and Shabba. That was like also, R&B, and then Marvin Gaye was what Shaggy broke on in the States. So the advantage I had, and it wasn't really anything I did, it was just the timing of everything. The timing came around where, people in the States started to like those original dancehall tracks more. They became more used to hearing them. And I was just somebody that had recorded a lot in that time period, and I have a unique voice, and it just happened all at the right time. So a divine timing thing.
It felt crazy too, because if you think about Dirty Rock, it was like an album full of singles, low key.
Yeah. 5 straight singles. It was crazy.
Like, did you have any idea? Like,
no, we just hope the best for each song. And like things like Glue. Like Glue was about 2 years old. Because Like Glue I recorded in Jamaica in 1998, and that summer it went crazy. And the next summer too, and then it kind of died down. And then it picked up in the States after that. So it had to be on the album. So that's,
the album comes out in 02, so that's a 4-year-old song if it was 98.
Yeah. So crazy, right?
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
You know what was the joint with Sasha? I'm Still in Love with You. That's my shit, dog.
Yeah.
Women love that joint, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people really like, because it was the only authentic reggae track on there. And that's the roots of dancehall, and I was kind of paying homage. And at the time, dancehall was really big in Jamaica, so nobody did that. And I went back to, the original reggae tracks to spit what we spit. Or I shouldn't say nobody, I should just say, again, timing. I caught it at the right time, and not a lot of people was doing that. So,
do you feel like, because there's the way you rap, so like a lot of Americans will fuck your lyrics up.
Happens all the time, man.
It happens still to this day.
Happens to my wife like now.
They know the lyrics, but they don't know the lyrics.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing.
What is the biggest mistaken lyric you see people like not knowing, even though they kind of know or they think they know?
Some stuff about in Give Me the Light. There's one on YouTube that's really funny, talking about cheese when I didn't say anything about cheese. But my wife, she met me and said, "Where's Balthazar?" And I'm like, "What is that?" She's like, "You say it in a song." I'm like, "No, I don't. What is that?" And she played me the song, and I was like, "Oh, it was the first song I had. It's a baby girl, don't cry no more. tell me, say, you can't take the pain no longer.
Yeah.
Dash away, that boy for sure. But she thought I said, that's the way in Balthazar.
But you said
So-
boy for sure.
Yeah, I said, like, throw the kid you dating away.
Is
Take me.
your wife Jamaican or no?
Yeah,
She is. Okay.
come on. And she still got it wrong. So,
That's fair. Hey, we got to stop the interview to tell you about our good folks, Odd Socks, man. Now, these are the Odd Socks basics, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when I tell you this is a product that every single day I'm alive for the last 5-6 years, I have used are these Odd Socks basics. Now, what Odd Socks is doing is they're kind of reinventing the sock game, if we're being honest, and the underwear game. You know, a lot of times you'll hit Walmart, you'll hit Target, you'll get some socks, you'll get some draws. They're affordable. They end up with holes in them. They don't really feel great. Not Odd Socks, ladies and gentlemen. These Odd Socks basics are the most comfortable socks I've ever had on my feet. Not only that, but they're super affordable. $14.99 for a 6-pack. That's it. Oddsocks.com. And if you don't believe me,
Sock check, fool.
sock check, fool. Wait, the X is on the other side. There we go. Ah! You see that? Sorry, you had to see those white legs. But it's so dope that, I get to push a product that I use and that I love. So Odd Socks, they got the 6-pack of socks for $14.99 at oddsocks.com. The basics. This is the future of socks, the future of underwear, comfort and affordability. I'm talking about affordability without jeopardizing the quality, because they are the most comfortable socks you'll ever put on your feet, ladies and gents. And the et ceteras. Got to show love to the et ceteras. We like all the stripes on the flag. They're oddsocks.com, man. Much love to my brothers over there. Make sure you get some right now. Oddsocks.com. Let's get back to the interview. What part of Jamaica are you from?
Kingston.
Yeah, I went to, for the first time, I went to Negril.
Oh, wicked.
So fire.
Yeah, awesome place. I personally haven't been there in almost 10 years, and it's a place I used to go every year.
It's so
But
nice.
I've been
The
on tour
beaches
so
are
much.
so nice,
I got to
man.
get back there, man.
And you know what's crazy is like being in the States, and especially being on the West Coast, I don't feel
Yeah.
like we have access to like the greatest Jamaican food.
So
But man, when I tell you,
you tasted some good stuff over there.
I think I went to a place called the Pork Pit.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah, good jerk pork, man.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
And the sauces they got at that moment. And then we went to some spot just on the street, just on the
Yeah.
side of the street.
Yeah, man. It's good. We got good street food. Our pan chicken, man, is kind of like a knockoff jerk chicken. So jerk chicken, you have to cook it with the real spices, with the
Oh, it's so hot, though. It'll
on the
melt your
real
whole-
ru-
yeah.
the
Mhm.
real wood. But with the pan chicken, it's just like a street barbecue, and it tastes the same. But,
Yeah, for sure. No, it's the best. How do you feel like, I feel like in 2025 too, it feels like dancehall reggae is kind of in another like renaissance of like coming back in terms of like commercially. It's nice to have like Vibes Cartel out and
sure.
super active and
It's
running
huge,
around.
man. It's done a lot for just the space. Yeah.
I was gonna say, how do you feel like in 2025 the space is right now? Because you got a record going crazy, the Ginger record's going crazy. I'm sure you got a follow up coming.
Bro, crazy vibe. Listen, when people used to say to me, I was putting out a single and they're like, oh, but isn't dancehall like a summer thing? I'm like, no, it's all year round for us. So for me, it's never gone any space. It's been living there. You know what I mean? It's where it's at. But it's people's attention span and what's coming at them and the different stuff. And so it's to me, it's the public's attention and it's turning back on us now. And that's dope. That's beautiful. I think that there's a lot more players in the game, a lot more producers, a lot more people from outside of the whole original dancehall genre and community actually embracing and doing sounding stuff like that. And that's awesome. That just means we're growing bigger and bigger. And, I'm being interviewed by people who know more about the culture than they did back then. When I first broke and I'm being interviewed, people didn't understand like what to call it. And they're like, I'm dancehall. And they go, oh, dance music, I love it. And, there's journalists.
They think electric music or something.
Exactly. And if they weren't like someone like you who knows the ins of the different genres, you know what it is. But it's a lot more people like you now, I would say, like about dancehall music. That the awareness is much
Or
bigger.
even just calling dancehall reggae.
Yeah, well, for me, I call it reggae dancehall because I do reggae tracks as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like there's like it's almost like if someone just like classified hip hop and R&B the same thing?
Yeah, because there's some artists that
But
are
they're very, they're at the core. But they're different. But
Yes.
they can be the same.
yes, for sure.
You know.
Because a lot of records are like softcore hip hop, but R&B, So yeah,
100%.
Same
You as a DJ, Get Busy kind of turns into this instrumental
yeah,
that gets remixed over and over, and it's one of the biggest club records ever.
yeah, man.
But I just think about all the breaks I hear, all of the dub plates you'll hear. Like that record is like an all-time DJ record. That beat has
Yeah,
been
for sure.
remixed so much.
Yeah, there's a lot. Big up to Lenky, he's a producer, and people who understand the vibe know that's just one of the most prolific dancehall tracks that there is. I mean, Rihanna on the replay is the same type of rhythm. It comes off of that. So does the Nina Sky and
True.
yeah,
That is kind of crazy. Yeah.
yeah. Even Black Eyed Peas had a joint. Hey, mama. Doom, 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 doom.
Yep.
Doom, doom. So it's the same. It's the same syncopate from those days. A lot of people copied it or I should
We're
say
inspired by it.
Yeah, inspired by it, and it's led to more of that as well. So very awesome to feel that we set the trend with that kind of stuff.
Randomly, you are in the Def Jam game, Fight
Yeah.
for NY, which was I have that and Def Jam Vendetta on PlayStation 2, respectfully in 3. But was that cool to be able to like?
It was.
That's like such a cultural game, like you know what I'm
It
saying?
was, when I did it, I remember it being either Grammys or something like that, like American Music Award. We were there for that period of time, here in LA, and then I got the part to come, say those things in the game, and they were gonna make a character for me, and I run into people every now and then that's like, I was 12 years old, bro, and why they make you so hard to beat, bro? Big dudes now being like, yo, that's the best game. So that feels good, and it helps my music to kind of reach people where it probably wouldn't have heard it at that time. So awesome.
Yeah, talk to me, man. Because it's got to be something crazy to like come out, kind of put on for Jamaica, put on for the genre, but then to be able to take a Grammy home
Yeah,
at the same time.
awesome. Even American Music Award, Grammy, those are things I didn't dream I'd be near. You know what I mean? I didn't dream that we'd be walking down those red carpets. So, I just do music for fun. I do music for my own personal expression and enjoyment and creation and thing. And for people to start liking it and gravitating towards it and bring me to those spots where, or those that level of recognition where I'm deserving of a Grammy or American Music Award is mind blowing to me. So, appreciate to everybody who helped me to get to that spot. And it ain't really about, like, that wasn't my dream. I really appreciate it, but it ain't about that for me. I'm fulfilled every day when I see smiles on people's faces, when I'm singing the song in front of them in the stage, or, I just hearing that people love it in the car. They post and they playing the song in the car. That it feels good, man. It feels.
And it's crazy because that
accepted.
album had legs.
Yeah. 5 tracks deep, bro.
No, but I'm talking about like how long, like between like the album dropping and how long y'all worked that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah, it was a while.
it was a while, bro.
For
Because
sure.
what the Trinity came out in
Trinity came out
05? 06?
Yeah, it's about 2005.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. And it's wild too, because back then I feel like you couldn't turn the radio on without hearing you on something.
Yeah, man. It was a big vibe.
What was
big
like, because obviously, being on a Beyonce record, that was her first solo album, I believe.
First solo album.
Yeah, Baby Boy is a classic.
Yeah, amazing sexy song, bro. I have to give thanks for things like that. I opened for a show for her, or maybe it was the other way around. I can't remember, but it was a small show in Jamaica, like a niche market show, and she was there with Destiny's Child, and met her there, and then for about 2 years later to be called and say, "Oh, my first solo album," and knowing she was really a spotlight artist. Like the group itself was hot, but a lot of people spoke about her. I just felt that this is an awesome opportunity, and they sent the track. And I was very pleased that it was dancehall. Because a lot of times in those days, people ask me to do a collab and it's either hip hop and I got to go over there to do it, or it's R&B-ish, or it's rock, or pop oriented, sorry. And
Yeah, because like the Blue Clan Trail record wasn't dancehall.
no, it was Blue Cantrell was more like it was a rhythm from Dr. Dre.
Right.
Another
dope record.
Yeah. So it was a dope record, but I was much more enthused that the Baby Boy song was more dancehall oriented. It was really cool.
Yeah. And at that time, I don't think we understand like the run Beyonce's about to go on.
No, nobody did. I mean, a lot
Destiny's
of people.
Child legendary, but the Beyonce run is something else.
It was sky high after that. Yeah,
and the first album.
True, and it took me to a different level in my own personal career for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And she has to perform. She's performing that every time she's on tour.
Yeah, she do it, man. She dirty whining and doing all the good stuff.
Want to give a shout out to our family at Roken, man. Roken, listen, I love these vapes. Roken Cannabis. Make sure you go shoot them a follow. I was in Austin, Texas, and I was off the Roken in Texas, even though I'm not sure legally I was supposed to be off the Roken in Texas. But look, you got to go follow them right now. Go to rokencannabis.com. Shoot them a follow on social media. You'll see it down below. They got the solventless rosin, pure. It will melt you in a good way, by the way. All right? So make sure you go shoot them a follow, man. And we only rock with the premium, the best. And when I tell you, Roken is the best, they've been doing this for so long. And, man, the rosin, the solventless rosin, man, it hits. All right. So they got the disposables. They got the carts. Let's just open one of these up just so y'all can see. These carts are beautiful. All right. We got it open. He fast forwarded. All right. So this is the cart. And then obviously you got your disposable right here. Both of these incredible. Follow them and check them out. RokenCannabis.com. Talk to me, man, because obviously you're super active right now. The new record, Ginger, is dope.
Thank you.
It feels like some vintage Sean Paul. Feels like something that's missing from the radio. Are you working on a new project, or what is currently? Obviously, the song's out, but is that part of a body of work, or what's?
It is. We have a number of singles lined up. I think nowadays is a music business is kind of geared towards singles, and I always like to make an album. Like when you look up there, you see a lot of
Dope
iconic classic albums, and that marks that time in those artists' life for me, and the fans' life too. So that's what I'm more geared towards. So, but lately I've been just dropping singles, hoping to put an album out soon. I do have a lot of singles lined up, and to me, where Ginger is right now, where it's being received, is a good spot, and so it's a good time to start putting out momentum. Stuff for early next year, and I got songs with Amanda Rifa. She's a dope.
She's amazing. She's on Atlantic. Yeah, she's incredible.
She's from Barbados and just has a Caribbean vibe, but she do all kind of different trap stuff and R&B stuff, and she
got a dope record with Pharrell.
Yeah, and also Kendrick. She on Kendrick.
Yeah, Kendrick. Yep.
So big up to her, and looking forward to putting that out soon. But yeah, it's just been a good look putting out these tracks, and hoping to put out an album soon. I'm not sure yet what great name, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like everything's in a good space. I love what Shansi is doing.
Shansi is awesome. To me, I've been telling people she
was on your album a few years ago too.
Yeah. And I'm on hers. And she's been
so fire.
She's been one of the most exciting stories from dancehall in years. I've been telling people that all the time. Exciting for me because where what it takes to be a dancehall artist is one thing, and that's very hard. To be from the community and in the genre, but also to break past that and get attention past that space is something that I've been wanting other people to achieve. And so when Baby Sham gets signed on Elephant Man, I was always cheering for stuff like that. Egyptian had a big tune, and so did Serrani.
Gypsy and Serrani had a wave.
Yeah, and so when Shensia came along, I'm like rooting for her. So
that Shake It to the Max record is big, man.
Yeah, that's huge. That's after the fact for me. Like,
right.
I knew before those things that she was gonna be something. special.
Speak to like the synergy between like what has kind of because in the same way that I feel like dancehall and Caribbean music has had a resurgence commercially. I feel like we saw the same thing happen with reggaeton because reggaeton had that crazy Tego Calderon, Daddy Yankee Spike. They kind of chilled out a little bit commercially, and then now it's the big like, Bad Bunny's doing the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But what is kind of like sonically? There's always been like a kind of like a marriage between the two.
Yeah.
Speak to that, man.
Sound wise, I mean, we definitely believe that the entire reggaeton sub what you call it, the backbeat.
Yeah.
Most of the songs is of a rhythm called dembow. And they call it dembow because Shabba Ranks had a record called Dembow on a rhythm track, which is what they sampled from, and it became their known sound. So big up Steely and Clevie, they're legendary producers. Steely passed away, R.I.P. to him, but Clevie's right now doing his thing. They're they're legendary producers, and I think they're in a court case type of vibe. I just wish them luck because for me, the genre is definitely something that influenced reggaeton, even Afrobeat, how it sounds nowadays.
Yeah, the Afrobeat shit too. Yeah.
Even Trinidad music, there's something called Trinidad music, which is what we influenced as well. And so for me, and it's arguably one of my most controversial things to say, because I love reggae music and it put us here and it's the father of our music. But I think dancehall has spawned more music.
Inspired more genres.
Inspired genres.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just about as much as reggae has, or even more. I mean, from reggae we get drum and bass and it's very
dancehall. I feel like reggae's got some influence on hip hop.
Sure, dancehall, drum and bass. I mean, hip hop influences and stuff like that. But for dancehall, it's been reggaeton, it's been Afrobeat, it's been these pop songs that come out like Rihanna, Work, Work, Work. That's a straight dancehall record that
100%.
They sampled from. I was on that track back in '98.
That's crazy. So the song that Rihanna sampled,
Work, 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 Work.
You were on the original.
I'm on the original track. Yeah. It's called Sail Away Rhythm, I think. But also, people like Drake and Bieber have used the sound, and to me that's awesome. And people hear me mention them and say, "Yo, you just bitter," and I'm not bitter. I just want people to know
where it comes from.
I love that they're doing it. I just want people to know that is an influence from dancehall. If people understand that, it makes you realize how powerful we really are, you know what I mean? And that there are more people in the game, not just myself and Shaggy or some names that you've heard.
For sure. And there's
that they should look out for. There's people that they should look out for. They're going to come with hits.
Who are some of those new artists you feel like people
Busy Signal is not new, but he's very talented, very awesome. Big up to people like Skeng. I find that his tone of voice is awesome. He's an amazing stage performer. There's so much. Alkaline is also somebody that has had hits in the genre.
For
sure. I'm cheering for all of that, and everybody in between who have come up, like Charlie Blacks, he's had some amazing hits. And those things to me, the more the merrier. I've been on for years, and I want more of my company on my own peers around this level where I am. It's been an awesome journey, but sometimes hard to kind of like, just get a win. Like sometimes I sit down on a plane beside a nice elderly lady, and she's like, "Oh, you look like a rapper. What do you do?" And I said, "Well, I do dancehall." And she said, "Dancehall?" I said, "Yeah, it's reggae." It's like,
she knows your music though.
No, but she said, "Oh, reggaeton." And I said, "It's not reggaeton." It says it's very similar. So for that to happen to me, when I don't have a beef with reggaeton at all. I just want people to know that came from what we do and what we call it is dancehall. Similar to Amapiano and Afro beat right now. A lot of people think that's the same genre, but Amapiano is slightly different, and it's a thing. You know what I mean? So I want people to know, and I want people to come up and do numbers. Same thing.
Yeah, like you said, it kind of takes like a full movement. Like it can never just be one artist.
Can't.
It's
It
got to
can't.
damn near be like 4 or 5 people breaking at the same time.
And so it adds to my power, them coming up. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If I'm the only one in the building, people could still pass it off, even though there's been 20 straight years as, oh, that's a fluke. And so it ain't.
It's been a fluke for 20 years.
Right?
How many records have you sold so far? Like, what's the latest like
man.
that you know off the top of your head?
I mean, you have to ask that guy over there. Yeah, millions?
Yeah, he's gonna ask ChatGPT. Let's just
Oh, yeah, billions. I don't know. A lot. And it feels good. And I'm very, very thankful for that. You know what I mean? There's been many years where it was like, oh, is this warming
got 26 million according to
down?
Google.
Yeah, a little bit.
By the way, that was in 2017. So,
No, that's a while back.
so yeah, I would say that was 8 years ago. So,
Yeah, it's a lot more now.
You're definitely north of 30.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
So mean,
crazy, man.
good stuff. And I have to give thanks and, big up to just the people who did it before me. So from the great Bob Marley to, bands like Third World and Black Uhuru, who set the trend, and then Barrington Levy and people like that.
Barrington Levy, man.
You know what I mean? Like people like Junior Reid, they all came and set paths for me as just a younger artist.
Hey, we got to wrap up this interview. Another one presented by Hardin, baby. You already know what it is. Shout out to Hardin for presenting another episode of the Bootleg Kev podcast. Don't forget, when you're in Vegas, you get in that taxi, you get in that Uber, say, take me to Hardin, the #1 cannabis dispensary in the world. Premium selection of the craziest gas you could ever ask for. And then they break down what all the terps mean. It's incredible. Go to Hardin_Las Vegas, shoot them a follow. And when you're in Las Vegas, make sure you shoot them a visit. You already know, man. Want to give a shout out to Slap Woods for presenting the podcast. Only papers I smoke, man. Only leafs that we let fly around here on the Bootleg Kev podcast. We just did a crazy pool party with them too. That was insane out here in LA. So shout out to Slapwoods. When I tell you, man, quality, they smoke so good, and they're called Slapwoods because they slap. I know that's like their tagline, but it's also the truth. All right. So look, go follow them at Slapwoods. Make sure you hit their website, and if you're at your local smoke shop, if you're your local store and you need some papers, get you some Slapwoods. I think pretty soon we are going to do this pretty soon. I want to do a giveaway with some Slapwood stuff. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be announcing it on the podcast. We're going to be sending out, obviously you got to be of age, sending out a good box of these goodies. Ooh, the sweet banana cigar wraps are fire. Slapwoods, man. Make sure you go show them some love. Slapwoods.com. Follow them on Instagram at Slapwoods. Let's get back to the podcast. Who would you put in the Mount Rushmore of dancehall? If you got to exclude yourself though, so you can't be in.
That's crazy. Well, my four, I gotta
You're
say
four.
my
You're
four.
four.
I gotta say my four, which was Super Cat. I sound like him.
Yep.
People tell me ever since I was banging on the school desk, making those rhythms and singing songs, they're like, "Oh, you sound like Cat," and I always felt very proud of that. Next one is Shabba Ranks. He was somebody to me who was just like the general, you know what I mean? Nobody sounded like him. There were other people who had hit songs, but nobody had his style of swagger and his whole presence in dancehall. Another one is Papa San. A lot of people don't know him. I would say younger people don't know about Papa San. They may have heard songs, but they don't know it's him, and he's awesome. He was in the Guinness World Book of Records for the most words in a song back in 1989.
Damn.
Because it was just speed rapping, and it was like, whoa, set records. And he had songs that lasted for 5 minutes without
a hook?
chorus. Yeah. So it's the same like what Lil Wayne did with Amelie. But it's just like, it was like nuts. He told a whole story. So big up to Papa San.
One more?
Last one, he passed away. His name is General, not General, Major Worries. R.I.P. to him. Some gun violence. I'm not too sure what happened, but he was kind of a precursor to Shabba. In my generation, we considered his style what Shabba kind of learned from, and even though they were DJing from the same camp, we had rated this guy, Major Worries, a lot. And a lot of times I can't find him on YouTube or Spotify. I find live performances of him on YouTube sometimes.
Fire.
Yeah, and few records. But the stuff that I would hear that I loved, I don't hear it no more. I don't know where to find it a lot.
Yo, they call me Bootleg Kev because I used to sell bootleg DVDs and shit at the swap meet.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
one of my greatest hits was Shatas.
Oh, really?
I used to sell that thing. I feel like that might be one of the most bootlegged movies of all time.
Well, it involved Jamaicans. It just happened.
How accurate of like a depiction is that of like that era of Kingston?
It was spot on.
Yeah.
You see the part where it was where we were I was in the movie
Yeah.
and they were walking through the dance and there's a dude a neck collar and like a
Yep.
mohawk with it.
Yep.
Like we had some people in dancehall looking like that, like it was like some punk rock stuff.
Yeah, dude. That
out
was
of nowhere.
even in Belly. There was the random dude with the orange mohawk. Yeah.
So those things is just like a spot on. You know what I mean? The talking, the lingua between people. You know, it was spot on.
Yo,
Yeah.
tell me about, because every once in a while something will go viral on TikTok
Yeah,
with the daggerin,
yeah.
which some of the most extreme wild dancing you'll ever see. I saw people jumping from like a balcony and like
Yeah.
bam, like
Yeah. It's part of the culture that came about after I was, you know what I mean, I've
this
been
is
doing
post.
my thing.
Yeah, you've been out. Yeah,
And I'm like, yo, I get it, but I'm not getting into it like
It
that.
looks
I love it.
painful.
It is. It's crazy. I seen people come away with cuts and scrapes and, you know, bloody knees. But I mean, I'm gonna introduce you to someone. I'm not sure if you may know him. His name is Shelly Belly.
I haven't heard of him. No.
So Shelly Belly's crazy, and you could go on his Instagram because every night he got some moves, man.
Just he's like the master
He's-
daggerer.
Yeah, he got them throwing ladies all over the place, and they love it. It's like a
It's
roller
crazy.
coaster
Oh, it's
ride
a part
for
of,
them.
yeah, it's
So
wild though.
The ladies that you see him doing this to, they're down with it. They love it, and he's you know, he's a strong dude. So
Yo,
big up Shelly Belly.
did you ever
Wow.
go through? Because you know the one thing I always would appreciate about dancehall is that y'all would do dub plates for people.
Yeah.
And like it's like a part of the culture. Like there's like
Sure.
certain DJs who will have like the craziest dub plate of a record, like
Yeah, man.
that. Like you know, obviously you could drop at a sound clash or whatever, and motherfuckers be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
Did
man.
you come up doing a lot of those?
That was the thing. That's how I got known. Like the first time people, like before that I was singing in my bathroom. You know what I mean? And you go to a sound system, my brother's sound system, they needed some dubs. They were like, yo, come sing some. And so that's Copper Shot sound system. And you know, I'd be in the bathroom with a mic, with a Suzy phone, and they press play and record, and I do my thing. And then you know, started doing for other sound systems like Renaissance and Syndicate, and eventually Stone Love and the big sound systems in Jamaica.
For people who don't know in the States, explain what a sound system
A
is.
sound system is a group of, is like a team of dudes who are DJs and MCs, and they got the record boxes and the speaker boxes. So
Because y'all,
it's a whole
y'all don't
disco.
play about them speakers in Jamaica, man.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, our music was born through that. You know, back in the 30s, apparently they had public radio that would just be playing radio, and our people who produced our own music couldn't get heard on these radio streams. So what they did was to build their own speaker boxes and play in the street, like just play live. And so that's how sound system culture started. And there's many sound systems in Jamaica. So it's like street DJs with their own whole club. You know what I mean? They got lights, they got sound system, they got you know, the speakers, the techniques, everything. So yeah, my brother came up with a sound system. He was in 8th grade. They just used to take the weekends and play at their friends' parties and that kind of stuff. And we were playing all the latest hip hop because we loved it. You know, and then we were playing all the latest dancehall because that's how Jamaicans party. We love reggae, but when it's partying time, when it's like turn up time, is more dancehall for me, especially in my generation. So, and then what was I saying about the sound system? Just the whole culture, you know, is huge, and it's a part of the reason why, you know, that's how we used to break our records, to the people in the streets, and then the radio started to pay attention to us. So
There
it's
it
how the
is.
music started, you know.
So you, this new record is going crazy, Ginger, and there's a new. Is there a follow up coming before the end of the year or top of the year?
I think top of the year. Yeah, Ginger is definitely the track right now. It's been one of the furthest moving tracks for a while for me, and I appreciate everybody listening and logging on and saying, yo, I still look young and fresh and We look good and music sound good. Same way on the voice, but on thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I mean, you've had a crazy year, man.
Much to do, bro.
Yes, sir. Are you living in Jamaica? Or are you living here?
Still in Jamaica, yeah.
Oh, that's such a beautiful country, man.
Thank you. You invited, bro. You come true.
I'll say this though, I'm spoiled with the weed here because the weed we got here is different.
It is, but we got good weed there. I mean,
I know. I was buying weed on the beach.
We dipped for a time. We did.
And then I went to one of the farms, which was cool to see.
Yeah.
But I feel like, man, this California weed, it's got so much.
It is. And you know what? You know what did happen to us? I'm gonna tell you. For all the weed heads who know, like there was cross pollination that happened because we had a strain in the late '80s, early '90s, like even late '90s. That was awesome because it could take our humidity. And you usually,
what was the strain called?
This lamb's bread was one of them.
Okay.
There was a couple different ones, but the strains that people did get because dispensaries started to come up, or the talk of dispensaries started to come up. So people wanted all these different strains, and they were cross pollinating. Now we kind of lost a good weed for a while. I don't know where it went, but
weeds
now it's growing back good.
What I tell everybody, I'm like, yo, man, as long as it gets you high, who gives a fuck what it smells like, what it looks like?
But sometimes you don't want no shit weed. You
don't want shit weed. I'm just saying, like hip hop, we're so spoiled.
Yeah, but us too in Jamaica. So when it started happening to me, bro, I was
look like candy. It's got to smell. I'm like, yo, I just want some OG Kush. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, we love the gas. So
you do the spliffs with the tobacco leaf?
We do. No, I don't do the tobacco leaf. What we do, me and my brother, we do put the we use the gas, the OG Kush
in a paper.
Yeah, in a paper.
Okay.
And then we sprinkle some what you call rosin.
Oh yeah.
And some diamonds on it.
Oh, you're getting high as giraffe pussy.
High as giraffe pussy. I like
that my God. Rosin and diamonds.
Yeah, we floating. When you see the SP floating, don't provoke him. Cause the weed where we smoking, if he's soaking.
Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Sean Paul, man, I appreciate you pulling up, brother.
Appreciate it,
yes,
brother.
Sir.
Thank
Legend.
you. Much love.
God.